Authorities have now identified the victim of a deadly weekend boat crash on the Savannah River. Officials with the Georgia Department of Natural Resources say two boats collided near the Tuckasee King boat landing in the Hampton County and Effingham County line. We're told emergency crews searched the water for nearly 4 hours before recovering the body of 25-year-old William Ligon III of Pooler. Another boater involved in the crash was taken to a Savannah hospital for treatment. So far, no word on their condition. The cause of the collision remains under investigation. A federal judge says a lawsuit against the Beaufort County Detention Center over strip searches of inmates can continue. It's a suit that could cost the county millions. We first told you about Cheryl Monday and Margaret Devine's claims in 2022. They each talk about inhumane treatment from guards, being fondled or forced to strip and shower in front of staff members. After hearing a variety of claims in the class action lawsuit, the judge says that Beaufort County may be liable because the director at the time, Quadra Grant, signed off on the policy which violated the women's constitutional rights. The county is asking that decision to be reconsidered. No trial date has been set. Tonight, investigators are working to figure out what caused a massive fire near the Coffee Bluff neighborhood of Savannah. It took crews more than 40 minutes to get this fire on Rosedew Road under control last night. We're told the house was covered in flames when firefighters arrived. We know that 2 people are displaced. We're working to gather more information and we'll update you as we learn more. The Beaufort County Sheriff's Office is actively searching for this man, 45-year-old Oliver Donaldson, on attempted murder charges. We're told this is in relation to an incident at a home in Grays Hill where a woman was shot. Deputies are considering him armed and dangerous, and anyone with information is asked to contact the Sheriff's Office. Some good news out of Brantley County, where officials say the Highway 82 fire is now 85% contained. It's still covering more than 22,000 acres. Crews say they are now in mop-up mode, putting out the hot spots. Firefighters say rainy weather has helped them get the blaze under control. We're also told that schools and county offices are now returning to normal operations. And meanwhile, the Pineland Road fire in Clinch and Eccles County has improved to 50% containment. Now, unfortunately, about 100 people have lost their homes due to this massive wildfire in Brantley County. And WSAV's Jillian Cole spoke with residents there today about how the community is coming together to help each other.
Kimberly Bragg says she's lived in this spot for 15 years, and as you can see behind me, she has lost all of that because of the Highway 82 wildfires. She says the community is the only reason she'll be able to rebuild.
Coming out every day, looking at my home that used to be here, it's upsetting, but we got this.
Bragg is one of the 150 victims of the Brantley County wildfires, says she's lost everything but her memories. She tells me she's thankful she was given a camper to live in while she rebuilds. But many other victims aren't so lucky.
We need help, bad. You know, I don't need it. I'm good of what I've got. But everybody else around me needs homes.
Tanya Tomanek is a member of the Citizens United for Brantley County's Future. The organization is working to connect families with resources, especially those without homeowners insurance or renters insurance.
We can do it on our own. Nobody's coming to save us. They'll be here for the minute. And we all know, the news cycle is 48 hours at the best, 2 weeks at the most was for a catastrophe. So when you guys are up and gone, we're still going to be here and we're going to fix it.
A spokesperson with the Federal Emergency Management Agency says they're helping with costs and activities directly related to fighting the fire and are in constant contact about community needs. They say with each other's support, they'll rebuild what they've lost.
A lot of people are just doing this on their own. They're not waiting for people to come in. It's kind of how we do it here. And a lot of people are skeptical. They're skeptical of the organizations, and they just want to get back to normal as quickly as possible.
You can find information on WSAV.com to help you get in contact with other community members offering resources. Reporting in Brantley County, Jillian Coles, WSAV News 3. On your side.
Happening now, we want to take a live look at the Richmond Hill City Council meeting where they are set to vote on the approval of the Bryan County Airport Authority. The authority was established last year to guide the long-term vision for a proposed non-commercial airport. The City Council was originally set to vote on the matter last month, but postponed the decision at the request of the Mayor Pro Tem, Cindy Hatala, who then shared information that she says shows the project is not economically feasible. WSAV's Isabella Baez is at the meeting, and we'll have more on the vote in our later newscasts. And in Bullitt County, the Board of Commissioners is currently holding a public hearing to allow residents to share their thoughts on whether data centers and residential development proposals should be allowed to be submitted right now. Commissioners are scheduled to vote on placing a second temporary moratorium on these proposals this evening. The board previously approved a 90-day pause back in February. WSAV's Evan Smoke is in attendance, and we'll have more coverage later tonight at 10 and 11. Midway community members have been concerned about a dramatic rise in their escrow payments. WSAV's Isley Herschel joining us now in studio to break down why this cost has gone up so much.
Ben, Midway residents told me their escrow payments went from around $300 per year to over $1,400, and it has to do with the status of the Midway Fire Department. An escrow payment is part of a monthly mortgage payment set aside in an account to cover reoccurring expenses like property taxes, homeowners insurance, mortgage insurance, and sometimes homeowners association fees. Because the Midway Fire Department shut down last year, it left the area temporarily without a nearby fire station. Because the closest working fire department was all the way in Liberty County, insurance companies considered it a risk for Midway homeowners and themselves. That led to an increase in their escrow payments of over $1,000. On top of this, the state of the old Midway Fire Department caused it to receive an Insurance Services Office ranking of 10. That's the worst ranking a station can receive. Midway's fire chief says he's been doing everything he can to change that.
We have new trucks, we have equipment, we have manpower, we have a great training program. People are frustrated, and I understand they're frustrated. We're working diligently, working hard.
Getting the ISO ranking up will help lower the escrow payment for community members because insurance companies will deem the department strong and able to help people in Midway. We're going to let you know when and if that happens. Isley Herschel, WSAV News 3 on your side.
Isley, thank you. We are learning more about a video that's going viral online. It appears to show a Savannah police officer pushing a woman to the ground during an encounter earlier this year. The topic also came up during Mayor Van Johnson's weekly press briefing today. WSAV's Nakaya Harris is joining us live from City Market where the incident happened. Nakaya, what can you tell us about this?
Now, Ben, I am in City Market where this all went down, and this video is driving questions on whether or not the actions by this officer were appropriate. I did speak to the woman's attorney, and he tells me she has suffered injuries and is considering taking legal action.
Do not hit me.
DeQuasia Chisholm's attorney, Roland Mumford, recalling what he says happened to his client in the early morning hours of March 20th. Mumford says his client was out celebrating her birthday when a situation escalated involving her friend who was being arrested for public intoxication. In body cam footage, the officer says Chisholm hit his arm.
Yeah, she hit my arm, so I shoved her back.
Which resulted in the push, but Mumford says that's not what happened.
We've just got some incidental arm movements, but that has nothing to do with the officer that shoved her.
The officer in question is Jacob Spone. Mumford argues his force was excessive, saying Chisholm was not accused of a crime in that moment and he did not pose a threat to officers.
That was a disproportionate use of force in violation of the Fourth Amendment, and it constitutes excessive force per the Supreme Court case Graham v. Connor.
City leaders also weighing in.
From a law enforcement lens, I felt that the use of force was inappropriate.
SPD released a statement Monday saying the incident was reviewed internally and resulted in disciplinary action, including a suspension without pay. However, Mumford says that response doesn't go far enough.
He needs to be fired.
He also points to what he calls concerning comments made during that encounter.
He makes a comment to her friend who was in a pink outfit saying that next time that he could have slammed her to the ground if he wanted to.
I'll slam her on the ground next time.
The next steps, Mumford says, include a formal demand to the city of Savannah. If no resolution is reached within 14 days, he says they plan to file a federal civil rights lawsuit. Now, part of that process for officers gives officers the opportunity to appeal discipline. We're told this officer chose not to. Even Mayor Van Johnson saying the officer was suspended for what he believes was suspended for about a day. Reporting here in Savannah, Nakaya Harris, WSAV News 3 on your side.
Now, Time Saver Traffic, sponsored by Arrowhead Clinic, the accident doctors, where it pays to get well.
This afternoon, we are still seeing some slow-moving traffic along Interstate 16 eastbound before you get to Little Neck Road because of an accident occurring there a little bit earlier, but that situation is starting to improve. Elsewhere along 16 and 95, no major issues. The Low Country has been looking pretty good as far as the traffic situation. Weather-wise, tomorrow's going to be a hot day. Highs in the upper 80s to lower 90s. A system moves in on Thursday that will cool us off and bring us a higher chance for showers and thunderstorms. And on Thursday, there's the potential for severe storms. Well, the latest forecast details coming up in just a few moments.